So I was at the beach.
The door was open to this house, and in there was...
It was cold, a cold room.
I was just lacing up my running shoes, and then I closed the door behind me as I started my daily run. I got to the big park, which is about halfway through my run, and then
Suddenly everything broke off into a cliff, and below the cliff was a beach, and then the ocean.
And I was just watching these whales off in the distance. And then a huge gust of wind just comes and sends me flying over this barrier into the ocean. So at first, I worry a bit and I try to get back to the shore, but I can't. The wind is just too strong, so I decide to turn around and just start swimming deeper and deeper into the ocean.
I kept noticing this dark figure with his hood up, but he just kept appearing everywhere I went, and it felt like his eyes were always on me, like piercing.
And then after a while, it starts to get very dark. When I look down, I can just see pitch black. I can't see the ocean floor anymore.
I felt really anxious, and I just didn't feel comfortable at all.
But I can make out silhouettes, and turns out they're sharks circling me underwater. But then I realised the sharks circling me, they weren't trying to kill me or eat me. They were just trying to protect me in that.
But it wasn't a nice feeling, it was more surreal. Like I felt trapped within my own mind.
The scene shifted, and I was in a dungeon, looking through a barred window into another cell.
I check the mirror. I see that I'm wearing my old retainer.
I remember looking up to the top right corner, and there was all I can describe it as is like a big vice, like a stainless steel vice, and it had like four like really big sharp plates, and then a plate along the back, and like a crank, like a hand crank.
And these two thin red devil things came in through the doors.
And I remember him laying me down on the table, and then he were like feeling parts of me back and like popping these bubbles with this like really long stick with like a ball on the end in it, like a black stick.
Suddenly the top retainer snaps, and shattered pieces fall out of my mouth, which are soaked in blood.
And they strung him up from his arms and his legs.
And then before I knew it, he were putting a scalpel down the centre of my back, and I could feel it hitting each one of my vertebrae.
I am in more pain.
And then one of them got a big sword.
And I thought, Jesus fucking Christ, he's going to put that in my back.
And his body just started vibrating.
And then I could feel the blood, but it was cold, dripping and like pooling at the bottom of like a little cut on my back.
My two front teeth have been pulled apart and twisted.
One of them got a big sword and cut his head off.
I remember sort of seeing it third person, like in between. I remember it being like as though you were under a white sheet.
Then I turned into my cell, looking away, and it was pitch black, and suddenly out of the darkness came this huge devil face with big teeth and big glowing eyes.
I still felt the like immense sense of danger, like this figure was going to hurt me.
And it said to me, "You're in hell now. You're mine forever." And I knew that it was right. And then I woke up sweating.